Hi, I'm Kirsten from creativityinpieces.com. I'm here today to talk to you about a class that I discovered on Craftsy.com using precious metal clay. This is a clay that's easy to work with, and when you fire it with a simple kitchen torch, it turns into precious metals. I used silver. The class gave me all the confidence that I needed to get the project right that I wanted to do on the very first try, so I just really wanted to share that with you. I used the sterling silver precious metal clay and some stamps that you can buy online to give me some decorative aspects. And even though the class was on buttons, I've used this information to put some material on my website about what else you can do with it, like making charms with kids' initials on them. This one I actually made for myself with both my kids' initials on it, but my daughter loved it so much that I took her charm off and made her a little necklace. And the other idea that I have on my site, and I'm sure I'll do many more, is to do actual buttons and turn them into bracelets, so you should definitely check that out. The one thing that I thought was really nerve-wracking about using this clay was actually firing it. So that I'm actually going to show you today to give you the confidence that you need to try out this great new material. Here's the button that I'm going to use as an example to show you how to fire the precious metal clay. I also have it on a piece of solderite board here that you can buy when you buy your precious metal clay. The only other thing you need is a creme brulee torch. Here you can see the back of the button. I'm showing this to you now because the most important thing you need to know is that you want to fire this in the dark. So because this video is not going to be perfect, I wanted to give you a chance to see what we were going to fire. But the dark allows you to see the color a lot better, and it will give you a lot more confidence that you're getting the firing done right. Welcome to my basement. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but this is really important part of using precious metal clay. I do still recommend that you try out the Craftsy class. They have lots of tips and tricks for working with the clay, but here's just a little demonstration of how to fire it. You will also need a timer when you fire your clay. I'm going to now turn on my kitchen torch. We're going to start heating up the clay. We're not going to set our timer yet, get it going anyway. The first thing that's going to happen is when it gets hot, it's actually going to light on fire. This is the nerve-wracking part. Don't worry, this is the binder that holds together the silver particles just burning off. And that's also why you have a little bit of shrinkage with the clay. They say about 10%. And now you start to see this really golden salmon color. So I'm now going to set my timer, and I'm just going to keep it that light salmon color for about 2 minutes. You don't want to overheat it because you can melt the silver, in which case you'll lose all of your patterning and work. See, it lightens up, so we'll give it a little bit more heat. If you have a totally flat piece, you might actually see it curl up just a little bit, but it will flatten back out as you keep firing it. This one, because it has the bezel on the back for the button, is more inclined to stay flat. And there is our timer. So we can now turn our torch off and go back into the light. Here you can see the fired button. On the back, this is what it looked like just when I finished firing it. I did cool it off with some water. It's still white. The front, I've actually already brushed with this brass bristle brush here to show the beautiful silver color. There are all different ways to finish these. You can find those products online. Again, I think that this is a great product to work with. I have lots of ideas on my website at creativityinpieces.com, and if you've never worked with it before, I highly recommend that you check out the Craftsy class, which is full of great tips for using precious metal clay. Thanks for joining me today.